Boom, 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 chickadee chanker, guys. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little transfer news update video for you. Hang on, my collar's all cantonade up. Wait a second. How are we all doing tonight? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us for the latest. We've got a lot to get into today, actually. There's not that much in regards to Manchester United stuff, though. We will cover, Varane, Trippier, Goretzka, Camavinga, all that a bit later on. We'll talk about the biggest transfer headlines, which unfortunately is surrounding United targets or players that have been linked with Manchester United over the last couple of seasons, but not actually being directly linked with Manchester United, unfortunately, no. We will get into it very shortly, but thank you very much for all joining us. I just want to say thanks to you all for being in here. Already 40 of you in here waiting for us to get going. Thank you very much for joining us. Do us a favour at the start. Hit that thumbs up button. Give it a cheeky little like on it. And also get involved throughout, guys. Wherever you're watching from, I want to hear from you. That's right. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions as we go throughout. And right at the start, let me give a shout out to Lyanne, Travis, Paul Ramsey, Stephen Carr, Aaron, Lyanne as well, Wakasakram, Alex, Berber, Dizzy Red Devils, Stephen, Travis, Sing Games, Ibsidat, and everybody else who's in the live chat, wherever you're watching from. Thanks for joining us. And if you're watching this later, leave a little thumbs up and then later on as well. And give it a share on social media if you want to. Let's get into it then, my friends. So, Slabby Kane. Let's talk about Slabby Kane. So Harry Kane is obviously a target for Manchester City right now. And he didn't go to Spurs training today. That is the big headline. So, of course, that brings so many questions into play. Is he about to leave Spurs? Is this trying to make his position stronger, that he's adamant that he wants to leave Spurs and he doesn't want to continue his career there? And he wants to leave and go elsewhere to actually win something. Maybe he would have stayed another season at Spurs if he'd have got his hands on that Euro trophy for England, because he'd have actually tasted a bit of glory and a bit of success, of which he is never going to taste. Staying at Shite Hart Lane, or it's not even called that anymore. You know what I mean? The Tottenham Hotshot Stadium, whatever you want to call it these days. Harry Kane is, in my opinion, soon to be departing Tottenham. Now, whether that's this window or whether that's next window, I don't really know. In fact, what I'm going to do at the start of this stream is just get a cheeky little poll going. Kane, question mark, stays, goes. Kane, stays or goes? I'm just going to simply ask you that, guys. In this transfer window, I mean. So, in this transfer window, does Harry Kane leave Tottenham or does he stay at Tottenham for another season? Is basically the question that I'm asking you in the live chat right at the start. But let's just get into it. So, Harry Kane, the striker, was scheduled to have coronavirus testing on Monday before starting training on Tuesday. He had a 3-week break after helping England reach the Euro final, of course. Spurs, I believe, up to this moment, haven't offered an explanation of what's gone on and why he's not turned up. But basically, he had this is what's understood. Kane had a gentleman's agreement with Daniel Levy that he could leave the club this summer. He committed to them previously. He has said, summer's gone. That if Spurs are unable to win trophies and provide him what he needs, which is challenging and winning all trophies, because for a player like Kane, he is a world-class player. He's one of the best goal scorers, certainly in the Premier League anyway, and that's what really counts, because that's where we're doing it. If you look at his stats over the last X amount of seasons, they're all fantastic, including last season's stats, which were brilliant, even though Spurs sort of had a bit of a bottle job onto Jose Mistopinho and sort of bottled it for the majority of the season. Kane was ever present, scoring goals and creating goals. He actually got a huge amount of assists for his team. So he's a huge player for Spurs here, but he knows that if he's going to challenge for anything and win anything, he's going to have to depart. Manchester City is a big club that's been linked with him. They are understood to have put a £100 million offer in earlier on in the window, which was knocked back, maybe including other players to exchange as well. So City definitely have the interest there. They have since gone and put a £100 million bid in for Jack Grealish, which looks to be like that's going to be going ahead, to be fair. So, there is something to say that maybe they won't be able to afford Harry Kane in this same window as well, when you think about the amount of money that we're being talking about here. But they do have a lot of players on a lot of money at Manchester City, and if they were to buy Grealish and Kane in the same window, you would expect them to have a bit of an exodus and sell a bunch of players there. Otherwise, they just make a complete mockery of financial fair play. Oh, no, wait, hang on a second. That doesn't really apply to them, does it? Because they just siphon money through from fucking Etihad Airways into some bullshit fucking training complex sponsorship deal and put that down as fucking commercial revenue anyway. Cheeky fucking cheating bastards. But anyway, That's beside the point. The point is they could they actually get both of these players in the same window? Not for a normal club, but for Greasy Palm City, maybe. So let's not rule it out. But the point is, Man City, they're pursuing Harry Kane. They are the perfect destination for Slabby Kane, really. He has the opportunity to win things there. They have won 3 out of the last 4 Premier Leagues. They did get to the Champions League final last season. Okay, they bottled it. But even so, that is a great place to play your football, really, with the team of players that they've got. They just lost Aguero. What a perfect time to get Kane in. They've got Pep Guardiola there, who obviously is a great coach to play under. They play nice football. They'll provide Kane with a shitload of chances every single game, and he will score goals for them. So in all circumstances, it makes sense, really, because he will get a great place to play his football. When I say a great place, I mean a shit place, but a great place in the sense that they're challenging for things under a great coach with a great team around him. And he'll also get paid more than just about anywhere as well, to be fair to him. He's on a reasonable amount of money at Spurs, but will definitely get paid more at City in a huge money deal here. Talking about £150 million or something ridiculous. They might have to cough up for Harry Kane. He scored 23 top-flight goals last season to claim the Premier League Golden Boot for a 3rd time, having previously won the award in 2015-16 and 2016-17. He has 221 Tottenham goals to his name, which puts him second in their all-time goal scorers list behind Jimmy Greaves, who scored 266 for the club between 61 and 70. So you talk about a Spurs legend here. They want to keep him. Of course they do. Daniel Levy doesn't want to lose Kane. They've been trying to do some bits in this summer transfer window. Not really do bits. I mean, they've got Christian Romero coming in or whatever, but not really doing bits. But I mean, just in terms of signing people up and getting futures cemented. Son Heung-min's just signed up to a new contract. He doesn't seem to have the same level of ambition, maybe as Kane. People can say, oh, he's just loyal. Yeah, okay, loyalty's great and all that, and I love that. But, loyalty, sometimes there's loyalty and there's a fine line between loyalty and stupidity, my friends. And I'm sorry, but Son Heung-min staying at Spurs, especially if something like Kane goes, well, get used to mid-table mediocrity, my son's all I'm saying, But either way, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about Kane and his agreement that he's got with Daniel Levy to leave. That is what was understood anyway. He wanted a little bit more time out of him. It's like Ronaldo and Fergie. Ronaldo wanted to go. He said, look, give us another year, son. And then you can join Real Madrid. And then he did. Fergie was obviously reluctant to let him go. We got a huge amount of money. This is the same situation. They're going to have to let him go if the offer comes in from City anyway, which is to an acceptable standard. I want to ask you guys in the live chat here really quickly, everyone. How much do you actually think, is the reasonable value for Harry Kane? Or not so much the reasonable value, because it's not really what I'm asking. What I want to know is, what do you think the figure is that Daniel Levy and Tottenham would accept for Harry Kane here? I'm thinking, it's got to be towards 150 million. They can't ask for 150 million for the guy. But I suppose it would have to be towards that amount of money for a guy like Harry Kane, who is the best striker in the league. The only thing is, in terms of age and longevity and stuff, he's 28. I don't know. I can't see him doing it longer than 5 years. You know how modern football and science, and you see these players like Zlatan and Ronaldo and these guys going, Kane's already a bit of an injury prone now. By the time he's 33, his knees are going to be made of rice pudding, guys. He's not going to be able to continue. He just strikes me as that sort of fellow. So it's not like you're going to get massive amounts of years of service out of him. So I don't know if you could justify £150 million even for Harry Kane, mate. Plus, as I just mentioned, he is a bit injury prone. That could be a player that's on the bloody physio table half the season, man. And you're paying him that amount of money. I don't know, but I think 120 million, something like that, 120 million, 130 million max is what should be the sort of amount of money you're talking about for Harry Kane. Let's just duck into the live chat real quick, see what you guys are saying. So Travis thinks 140 million-ish. Sin Games says 150 million. They want to keep him. 110 to 120 says Bishao Tamang. 140 says Sir Greenwood. I like your new avatar there, Sir Greenwood. Safwan says 135 mil, but Kane isn't worth more than 110. There you go. There's the premium for you. Yeah, and the fact that Spurs really do not want to sell him. And you have to say something about Spurs' transfer dealings over the last few years. Generally, when they sell a player, reluctantly anyway, when they don't want somebody to go or they're losing out on a great player, they get top whack money for them. Generally speaking, even going back to the days of Dimitar Berbatov and stuff, they didn't want to sell us Berbers. They still got 32.5 million quid for him, though, which at the time, I guess is a huge, is comparable to 70, 80 million or something these days. So they've always done that. Gareth Bale's another situation like that. They got huge money for Bale. In Nowadays, it seems cheap because of what he did there and what he won. And just because football's got even more mad. But certainly they got top rank money for him too. They generally get great money for their players. So Levy doesn't want to sell Kane. He will hold out for a huge amount of money for him. And unless he gets that, he won't let him go. He's pretty hardball, really, to be fair, Daniel Levy. He does play hardball pretty well. Old spaghetti ankles, says Wormy Spoons. He's got rice pudding knees, spaghetti ankles. Yes, absolutely, United Trustable Source. Hey, Eddie O2, what's going on? He says, Sopigo, talking about Kane to somewhere else. I guess this means the Glazers think they'll have pleased the fans already. I want more. Eddie, you bring up a great point here, man. Because, man, I'd love to be talking to you and saying, Kane, could Manchester United go in for him and have a late bid or something? But there's just no possible... We're not even talking about that because there's just no way under the Glazers that they are prepared to spend, that sort of money. And to be fair, right now, it's not really the position that we need to worry about, to be honest, because we have Cavani and Greenwood and Martial and Rashford and all these guys up there who can play there. So it's not really... But I would love to see us have a bit more ambition. The Man United of old would have gone and got Harry Kane in this window. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, whatever, under Sir Alex Ferguson, yeah, we always used to go and raid Spurs for their best bloody player every single summer, or near enough. It's just a feeder club. So, things have changed, obviously. And but back in the day, yes, we would have been the destination for Kane. There wouldn't have realistically been anywhere else he would have gone to. But sadly, these days, unless we had an ambitious board who were like, yeah, let's go and get Kane and let's pay him more than anybody else could pay him, and let's get him, let's get our man. Then we're not going to convince him to go, to come to us. I don't think right now. It's a big shame. It's not the fact that he wouldn't want to come to us, because I think we could provide him exactly what he needs. I think it's more the fact that our club just wouldn't have the ambition. And because, to be fair, we have spent a lot of money already in this window. Let's be perfectly honest now. We have already just spent 73 million on Sancho, 43 million on Varane. That's a huge amount of money, and we've got still more to spend in other positions if we want to be a better team come the end of the window. So, yeah, Harry Kane probably actually doesn't really make sense for Manchester United right now. Anyway, look, I'd love to see him at the club because I do think he's basically the best sort of centre-forward in the Premier League in terms of just a goal scorer. And look at his creativity. Just this season gone, you can't deny those assist stats. He's obviously just generally a very good all-round footballer, guys. And I would love to see him play for us, but it's not going to happen, guys. He's probably going to end up at City. But you know what, though? One thing that I do like is, because of the whole Jack Grealish thing, let me just talk about the Jack Grealish situation very quickly. So, obviously, Jack Grealish has returned to Aston Villa training, by the way. City put a £100 million bid in for him. Grealish was given an extended break after playing the Euros. It's appeared to be in good spirits, working out, doing some exercises and stuff at Villa training. City are keen to sign Grealish this summer, and they reportedly had a £100 million offer submitted on Friday, which is yet actually to be accepted by Villa, but it's understood Villa will accept it. They've yet to formally respond to City's offer, apparently, but it's understood they're willing to let Grealish move to the Premier League champions. And Grealish basically has to decide whether he wants to depart and leave his obviously his boyhood club and go to City. He probably will. Obviously, he's going for huge money. He'll be on absolutely huge money at City. He does love Villa. He is a local lad. I get that and all that. But if City comes knocking and they've got Pep and that team that they've got and he's going to win things, I mean, he's not going to be as big a part of the team as he would be at Villa. That's the only thing. He won't be playing as much, I don't think, at City. He's not going to be as key. But in every other aspect, obviously, from a footballing point of view, it's just better right now. Apart from the fact that it's his boyhood club at Villa and he's going to have a more key role in the team at Villa. Those are the two things that I suppose could keep him there. But it's just not very realistic to think that he's going to stay there, I don't think. And £100 million, if they did sign Jack Grealish, maybe that means that Harry Kane wouldn't be going to City this summer. It depends on the financial fair play stuff and if they can fiddle some stuff around. You know what City are like. Depends on all of that, and it also depends on what happens with so just generally if this deal goes through, then Kane's probably not going to City. I think if this doesn't go through, then they'll probably go for Kane. It's one of those guys, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But Jack Grealish, £100 million offer from Manchester City, looks likely to be accepted from Villa, and he'll probably will go to Manchester City by the looks of things, which could stop Kane from leaving. But yes, just to give you the news then. So he missed pre-season training today. Tottenham are disappointed with Kane's actions, it's understood, and they understand they might fine him. They probably won't unless they are going to sell him, in which case they'll just save a couple of weeks' wages there. Nice couple of weeks' wages, 400k, baby. Bank that and sell him. You know what I'm saying? Just leave part on bad terms. That's what I think might happen there. But if not, they're not going to want to anger him more and give him a fine. But Sky Sports reporting, I just see a Sky Sports article that says, Tottenham are set to fine striker Harry Kane for not showing up. How do they know? Are they inside Spurs' disciplinary freaking mind or something? It's bullshit, isn't it? What a crap article. I'm just saying, yeah, okay, they might fine him. But, you know, it is understood Tottenham are disappointed with Kane's actions and are set to fine him. Who's told you this? Have you been on the blow at old Nuno, mate? You know what I mean? Like, I find that bollocks, to be fair. But anyway, there you go. Just thought I'd let you know that. Maybe they will find him. Probably not. Fabrizio Romano gave us a little update tonight, guys. By the way, before I get into that, do us a favour. There's nearly 100 of you legends in here. Please do hit that thumbs up on the video. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on the video. And get involved. I want to hear from you guys. So let me just duck in for a second, actually. Fine him, says Travis. You think Kane could go to Chelsea, mate? I suppose if they didn't sign Haaland, then yeah, I suppose so. But actually, I don't think he would do that. It's a London club. It's less filth for his point of view as a Spurs fan, and you know, having that relationship with the fan base that he does. It's less filth from his point of view to go over to Stamford Bridge, I think. I think it'd be better for him to go to City or abroad. But he wants to stay in the Premier League, get those records and stuff. And I think, obviously, City's the right destination for him at this moment in time. I can't imagine him going to another London club, to be honest. Imagine if he just signed for Arsenal. They'd have to pay him £1 billion a week, wouldn't they, to convince him to do that, because no bastard wants to go play for Arsenal right now. Anyway, right, so Fabrizio Romano came out this evening at 5:40 p.m, I should say, and just tweeted an update in regards to Kane. And he just said, Tottenham insist they want to keep Harry Kane after turning down £100 million bid 1 month ago. Kane wants UCL football. If Spurs change their position, Man City will be ready to open talks. While Tottenham are still working on the completion of the Christian Romero deal. And in regards to the Christian Romero deal, Romero's getting closer to Tottenham. This is an update from Fab at 7:23. He says, Atalanta are progressing in negotiations to sign Mario Demiral from Juventus as a replacement confirmed. #Atalanta, #THFC. Talks now advanced on a loan with buy option. Atalanta have overtaken Borussia Dortmund in Demiral race. But yeah, Romero close to joining Tottenham. He was a defender that was obviously linked to Manchester United this summer a little bit. He's had a great season by all accounts over in Serie A last year. I think that's a good signing for Spurs. I really do, if they do get him. Fabi reporting that he's close to joining Tottenham. That's a bit of money being spent by Tottenham there. We know that Daniel Levy doesn't like to spend money. Maybe just, I don't know, maybe just pre-investing, not reinvesting, but pre-investing that money. Remember that season when they sold Bale, and they ended up getting a bunch of players in that window, a bunch of shithouse players, I seem to remember. Lamella, they got Lamella that summer. Who else did they get? They bought like 4 players in, and most of them were guff. But either way, that's sort of what they did that summer. Maybe you'll see them have a busy summer this summer, Tottenham, if they're going to end up selling Kane, that is. So we'll see about that one. But anyway, Tottenham insist they want to keep Kane after turning down £100 million offer 1 month ago, says Fabrizio Romano. Kane wants Champions League football. If Spurs change their position, Man City will reopen talks. While Tottenham are still working to complete Christian Romero deal. So there you go, guys. That's the latest really in regards to Harry Kane. He's not at training today. They might have some sort of disciplinary action against him at Tottenham. This does really throw a cat amongst the pigeons. We were wondering whether or not Kane was going to play hardball this summer. It seemed like he was just sort of getting his head down and carrying on, and was maybe committed to staying another year at Spurs. That's what it seemed like a bit earlier on in the window, but now it does seem like he doesn't want to stay, and he's just starting to, you have to flex a little bit. You've got to flex your position a little bit there, and if he does want to push a move away, he can't be Mr. Slabby Nice Guy. Yeah, obviously I just want to play football for Spurs. He can't be Mr. Slabbington Nice Guy all the time. He's got to be, a little bit ruthless for his own career here, because he's not going to win anything at Tottenham. I've been saying to Harry Kane for years, when I've been speaking to him on Skype, I've been saying to him, look, Harry, mate, you've got to leave Spurs, mate. They're an absolute shit show. Even though you're a Don, you and Son Heung-min, you should just do a double move to somewhere else, because you're a great duo, but, you deserve better, to be honest. And they do. Kane should be winning trophies, should be winning titles, should be coming to Manchester United, really. But unfortunately, our club and our owners right now not really in a position to do that, I don't think, because we just don't have the ambition because our owners are leeches. But, you know, I say that after we just brought in Sancho and Varane and looking like we're bringing others in. But still, though, like I say, a few years ago, Kane would have been ours. He would have been ours. Okay, so Harry Kane, guys. There you go. Let's get into the live chat before we move on to the next topic, actually. Let's just get into the live chat. But it does seem like he's definitely not a target for Manchester United. I just want to put that out there right now. I mean, we all knew that anyway after the money we've just spent, and because it's not the position in the team we need strength for the most. But yeah, Fabi Romano on his YouTube channel obviously said that, you know, City's the destination, United is not the destination, guys. So it's a big shame, but it looks like they could go and get themselves a great player. Just imagine this. I want to just say this for a second now. Look at City's record over the last however many seasons. They go out there and they spend money. Last season, they did a double sweep of centre-backs. They brought Ruben Dias in. They also brought Ake in. Who else did they sign last summer? There was others, right? Even if it was just those two, that's significant investment every single summer. They will do the same this summer, whether it's bringing in just Grealish, or Grealish and other players, or Grealish and Kane, or just Kane, or whatever. They will probably invest this summer as also. They always do. Now, I know they've lost a couple of players. They lost, obviously, Sergio Aguero, which is a big loss. He's a fantastic player for them and has been their best player by a mile, really, in the history of their club, if you ask me. And then you look at, you know, needing somebody else there. Harry Kane is that man. If they did get Kane and Grealish, what a force they would be. They already won the league. That's what's so frustrating about this whole situation is that, yes, we are getting stronger as a club. Man United are definitely getting stronger. We have invested well this summer, I think, in two really key areas of the team, in great players. I have no problem with us. I think Varane's a world-class player, world-class signing, brilliant signing. For the money as well, it's genius. Sancho, we finally got our man. Happy Days, going to be one of the best in the future and can do the business for us now. But, you know, they already finished much further ahead of us. They already have a great team. They already have a winning mindset, winning manager who has won the last 3 out of 4 Premier League titles. So if you give them Grealish and Kane, who, let's be honest, Kane is the best goal scorer in the league, generally, then they're going to be a damn force, guys, next season. And that's what I'm really concerned about. So United, this is the time, really, that we should be looking to seriously invest in the team and not be left behind by City here, because if they did get Grealish and Kane, say, then I would worry that they could win, you know, that they would run away with the title, to be fair. So let's get into the live chat before we get on to the next topic, guys, and get into some Manchester United news. I will just see what you guys think about it. So we're just going to spend a couple of minutes in the live chat. Everybody have your vote and say in the poll as well. So far we've had 127 votes. 35% of you think that he stays this summer. 64% of you think that he goes this summer. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm in the goes camp as well, because I think it's got to the crunch time. He has actually given them a couple of good years of service, probably longer than he should have done. And he's had these talks and these agreements with Daniel Levy in the past. And it's now the time that they make the... Of course, Spurs are going to try and squeeze as much money out. They're not just going to say, yeah, Kane, we got this agreement for you, so we're going to let you go for 100 mil. No, they're going to try and squeeze as much out the deal. But they know that now is the time. Harry Kane is old, says Sunset Boulevard. I mean, he's only 28. He's 28. He does have papier-mâché knees, though. So it's a little bit of a concern how long he'll go on the game. But I think he can play for 32, 33, no dramas, maybe 34. We'll see. But he doesn't strike me as one of those players that's going to have much longevity in the game, because he's already a bit of an injury-prone melt. Griffo Chairs, he says, opinions on Glazers signing Varane for being a bargaining chip for Pogba to stay. Seems like an expensive bargaining chip for that one, me, Griffo. I did see your article earlier, though, and I love it. It was a great article. Check out the article on UnitedFlyingHigh.com. But seems like an expensive bargaining chip, to be fair, to keep Pogba at the club. They're already going to have to give him what he wants in terms of a contract, so I don't see how Varane being there is going to make much of a difference for Pogba. You know, he's been here at 5 years with no Varane. He doesn't need Varane holding his hand. That's just my opinion, Griffo, though. But mate, it's definitely a factor, though. It could be a small factor in Pogba staying at the club, I suppose, if he's got his matey coming in, like the Athletic reported today. You know, that Paul Pogba's role in Man United's deal for Raphael Varane was revealed. So the Athletic actually reported, Griffo, nice segue, that Pogba did his part in convincing Raphael Varane to link up with the club in the summer. It's been revealed. The headlines, you know, suggested that Paul Pogba, you know, there's obviously Pogba stepped up for obvious reasons. They've got that relationship in France. And upon initial links between the World Cup and World Cup winner Varane and Man United coming to a 4, Pogba apparently, yes, spoke to Varane and had some sort of contacted by his compatriot teammate Paul Pogba, and it's understood they discussed the merits of an Old Trafford switch at length. This is what was reported by The Athletic today. So, yeah, quite interesting. I mean, you might be right there, Chris. There's definitely something to it. You know, he's got a French connection there, and that might make him slightly more likely to stay at the club. But also, the thing that's most likely to make Paul Pogba stay at the club, money, 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 money. If he gets the money that he wants, then he'll stay. And not just him, but his agent. If his agent gets the money that he wants from Manchester United, then they'll stay. If not, then they'll look for more money, 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 money elsewhere, because that seems to be what Mr. Piefinger Mino Raiola is really focused on, is getting the most amount of money wherever he can. So, they've left on a free before. Paul Pogba left Man United on a free. I wouldn't rule it out again. United, if that was to be the case, should cash in immediately. But is there many clubs out there that would pay a fee right now for Paul Pogba and pay his wages when they could just negotiate with him in 6 months' time on a pre-contract deal, sign him next summer, and get him for a cheaper overall cost? I don't think there's that many clubs that would be stupid enough to do that, to be fair. So it's either United pay the massive amount of money for Paul Pogba that he wants, or he may leave on a free next year. So we'll see about that one. Okay then, guys. So let me just get back into the comments section. Sorry. Yes, Griffo Chaz. Great point, though. Prakash says, last year Messi, this year Kane. Oh, you mean in terms of the links? Because last year, obviously, City did have a summer-long link with Lionel Messi, and obviously that didn't materialise at all. He's even signed up another deal on half money, I think, right now at Barca. So it goes to show you the allegiance that he has there, right? But in regards to Kane, I think it's a different scenario. Yeah, he is a Spurs player, but Messi's won everything there is, and he's challenging, and he plays with a great team there at Barca, to be fair. Okay, maybe they're in a bit of a lull at this moment in time for them, but still, in the Lionel Messi era, they've always had what they needed. He's always had what they needed, the opportunities to win everything, and they did win pretty much everything. So, yeah. I don't know, it's not the same. Kane needs to leave to better his career. Messi doesn't need to leave to better his career. Well, he could go somewhere else to prove that he can do it in a different league, but he doesn't need to. Yash, what's going on, Yash? Hey, we're nearly at 100 likes. Thank you, everyone. Smash that like button. Give it the old Cantona Kung Fu kick. Griffo, thank you very much for the articles you're writing on the website as well. Much love to Griffo Chaz. Yash says, we have never shown ambition in transfer market since we sold Ronaldo. City spend money to win titles. We only spent to solidify top 4. Prior to this window, we only spent when we were out of the top 4. Precisely. Yes, under Glazer's ownership since Fergie left, the only times we've actually heavily invested in the window, as you say, are the summers when we are not in the Champions League the upcoming season. So it's basically investment to get us into the top 4. I agree with that. One thing I will say is I've seen a slight shift this summer, and I think this is just sheer wallpapering by the Glazers here, just papering over the cracks here, because obviously we had that complete shit show with the European Super League. The fan base despises the Glazers now more so than ever. We already hated the bastards before that. They know that there was going to be huge backlash. They didn't want fans surrounding the stadium every single week, stopping their business from generating money. So what do they think that they have to do? Well, they know that they have to appease the fan base by spending money this summer. So they've done it already. They have got Varane, and that's a genius signing, to be fair, which way you look at it. And Sancho's a great deal too. But would they have got these players in if not for what happened with the European Super League debacle? Would they have? I question that. I really believe that they probably would not have done. They might have ended up getting Sancho. They might have spent, but I don't think they would have invested as much as they already have in Varane and Sancho, even though we need those players. And it looks like we're already going to continue to invest in other players this summer. We might not, but there's a couple of other players linked, isn't there? We certainly could do with signing a player like Trippier to give us a bit more competition for Wan-Bissaka there at right back. And we could also do with signing a central midfielder, a CDM. We've got links with Neves, Camavinga, Sal. The list goes on. So there's plenty of opportunities for United to do more business in this window. And I think that we will. I think that the Glazers will show that they are committed to Manchester United. When I say committed, I mean they'll just pretend that they're committed to Manchester United by spending money in this window. And to be fair, that should give us what we need on the pitch. Let's see how they run the rest of the club, though, and how they do it over the long term. Because we should be a club, like you said, that is matching the ambition of the clubs like City, unfortunately, who do have that ambition to challenge for the title every year. We should be signing players to challenge. We shouldn't be signing players to keep up with the Joneses or signing players just to get top four. We should be the club that's signing players to challenge for all fronts every single season. And unless we do that, I'm never going to be happy. And even if we do that, I'm still not going to be happy with the Glazers' ownership of the club unless they address the debt, unless they give the fans more of a voice, more of a say in the dealings of the club and safeguard the future of this football club. And also, unless they do all the other, responsibilities that they should have at the club, such as making sure the facility is up to standard, the recruitment, the scouting, everything, the roles at the club. I mean, we've had a human potato ex-bloody banker as a chief executive, basically doing transfers for the last fucking however many years. That's a shambles. I mean, Matty Judge and these guys, they've done well this window, but previously, very questionable with our recruitment and stuff. There's all aspects of the team, not just the team, the club, that need addressing. Personnel, where's our Edwin van der Sar, football director? Excuse me, guys. Yeah, where's our director of football? Where's our proper football man? The guy who's got the responsibility and the freedom to do the job that we need. I'm not happy with the overall ownership and running of the football club. So one window of spending a bit of money isn't going to change that for me. But I think that's why they're spending it. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. Yeah, definitely, Griffo Chaz. Bell691 says, we need a backroom staff shake-up as well. Has to be done. Phelan can go for starters. Fair enough. I mean, I like Mike Phelan, to be fair, Bell. I do. I think he's a proper Man United man. And I think he's been at the club, in coaching roles for previous managers, of course, such as Fergie, and done fantastic job. So, I mean, I don't share that same feeling, but fair enough. Alex Roche, yes indeed, sir. Cheeky cigaretto time. Right, guys, let's get on to the rest of the next news then, guys. Thank you very much for everyone who's joining us. Hit that thumbs up, get involved, subscribe if you're new. So Jack Grealish, of course, looking like he's going to be maybe a City target as well this summer. Looks like that could be accepted by Villa any moment. They're already lining up players, obviously Leon Bailey. So I think there's going to be a Grealish summer signing for City at the very least this summer. They might not get Kane as well. Depends on how much they can fiddle the financial fair play. They might not get Kane as well, but they may well. So Dean Henderson's missing from Manchester United's training camp in Scotland this week after recently contracted COVID-19. He's recovered at the moment. Let's get some love, hearts, and thoughts and prayers in there for Mr. Dean Henderson. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, he's a young, fit, professional athlete, so he should be okay. But even so, it's gash, isn't it? The keeper, he made 26 appearances last term. Obviously, he was forced to withdraw from the Euro 2020 squad during the tournament with a hip problem. But he told us last week he's recovered from that injury. So because of that, and because of the fact that he's missing the training camp at the start of this pre-season, it's not great for him. You'll probably be looking at seeing, Davide starting the season for Manchester United, I would expect. De Gea has linked up with the squad at the camp in Scotland on Monday following his European break. And Tom Heaton and Lee Grant are played in the previous warm-up fixtures, obviously, as well. So David De Gea has linked up with the squad. Dean Henderson has not, obviously, because he's recovering with COVID-19. So there you go. Just wanted to give you the update on that. Right, United transfer. So let's get into United transfer stuff then, right? Just the Varane latest, basically. Obviously, we've covered the Kane stuff and the Grealish stuff, and that's depressing because they're not linked to Manchester United. They're great players that should be linked to Manchester United, but because of our fucking shithouse owners, they're not. They're linked to bloody Manchester City and Chelmsford and stuff like that, and it's a disgrace, to be fair. But anyway, let's not dwell on it. Raphael Varane. Okay, so Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his staff hope that Raphael Varane will officially be a United player by the game against Everton. So there were lots of reports saying that Varane was travelling, obviously, to United today. Previously, a few days ago, but that doesn't seem to have materialised. But basically, the Frenchman hopes to travel to Manchester United this weekend to complete his transfer to United. Varane, 28, can fly to Manchester on Saturday, but has to obtain a visa before he can fly to England. Dean Henderson will miss the game as he recovers from COVID-19. So we're hoping to get the deal wrapped up before that friendly against Everton, basically, guys, just to give you the update on it anyway. We were hoping to get it a bit sooner, but because of visas, because of travel, and also the coronavirus, and also quarantine and shite like that. There is obviously just a couple of hurdles to get over here at the end. But yes, it's just a matter of time before he is a Manchester United player anyway. So don't worry about Raphael Varane, guys. He is coming. He is coming, guys. It's just a matter of time. Who would be your Pogba replacement if he leaves, says Big L? Well, I'd probably go out there and sign 2 players. I'd go and sign a young player like a Camavinga, or I think could be the potential next Pogba, like a great box-to-box midfielder. And then that's one for the future more so. Then I get one now, somebody who's a little bit cheaper, quality player. Somebody like a Ruben Neves, I think, would be absolutely brilliant for United. So I'd actually go there and get 2 for the price of 1 with Paul Pogba, which you could do because he's on a huge amount of money, 350k a week. Pfft. I mean, you could literally go and get Camavinga and Ruben Neves for that money in terms of wages. And then whatever you could generate for Paul Pogba, 40 or 50 million, just take it. He's useless. Hey, Rushmano, how you doing there, bud? Hope you're doing well tonight, mate. Good to see you. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, please do, as Matty Rushmano says. Hit that thumbs up on it as well if you're just joining us. It's free to do so. Helps support the channel and gives us that boost on the algorithm, my son. So do leave a like and subscribe if you're new. It's free to subscribe. We're on here most days or every day with the latest transfer news and updates in regards to Manchester United. So yeah, do get involved if you're enjoying the show at all. We've got a great community here as well. And click that little bell icon like your name was Quasimodo, so you get a notification when we post and go live every day. Quasimodo, no, sorry, Esmeralda the Bells. I messed that up. Camavinga and Sal/Neves. That sounds great to me, Bell 6891. Goretzka, says Nathan Phelps. Okay, so let's talk about Goretzka, guys. So there is a link with Goretzka. Manchester United being linked with Goretzka. But you know what? It just seems like it's too good to be true for me. I can't really seem... Yes, we are supposed to have made contact with his representatives and we are supposed to be interested in him. But it seems like this is all just smoke and mirrors, and I don't know, they're just going to sign a new deal at Bayern and they're going to get a big contract out of it at their current club. That's what it seems to be the case for me, but I would actually really love to think that in this summer window we could have the ambition to go and get Goretzka as well. I think that'd be amazing signing, but we don't even need to go and do that. That seems like a little bit unrealistic. I think more realistic, Atletico Madrid, Saul Niguez, guys. Now, reports say that representatives have been given permission from La Liga champions to negotiate a transfer. United and Liverpool are 2 sides that have been heavily linked with the Spaniard in recent weeks. Of course, Barcelona, other clubs interested in him as well. So, you know, but Saul Niguez is the one, isn't he? 26 years of age. Yes, Atletico Madrid bossing it for them. General in midfield. A general for them in midfield, winning the La Liga last season. It makes sense. But anyway, let's not focus on any one player, I don't think, because I don't think it even matters for United this summer. Like I've said, we have a short list of midfielders. If we get any one of them, we'll be in a much better position than we are now. So there's Declan Rice is on the list. Maybe we could use Jesse Lingard to go the other way. Saul Niguez obviously is on this list. We've got Wilfred Ndidi. Don't think that's realistic at all, but he's on the list. We've also got Camavinga. There's also somebody else as well, Yves Bissouma. There's somebody else as well. I can't think of who it is off the top of my head now. But there's a bunch of players. We've got Ruben Neves. There's a bunch of players we've got there that are linked to Manchester United. If we could sign any one of those midfielders, they're all pretty good quality. You know, who's your favourite, guys? Let me know. But personally, I'd be happy if we signed Rice. I don't think he's world class. I don't think he ever will be, but I think he is a proper defensive midfielder. I'd be happy with Saul. I think he's a great player. I think he's done really great things for Atletico Madrid in a defensive side in Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid, and done a really great job bossing their midfield. I think that Ruben Neves has proven in the Premier League at 23 years of age that Portuguese vibe would be a brilliant signing, should be obtainable. Yves Bissouma, very impressed with what he's done. He's a cheaper option from Brighton, who had a really, really good season last year, and generally looks like exactly the sort of player that we could need and could maybe turn into a really great player in the future. He's still young too. Take your pick. Camavinga, 18 years of age, 30 million quid maximum probably, because he's not got long left on his contract. Go and get him. In the future, okay, maybe not one for right now, but in the future, give him a couple of years. Could be the next Paul Pogba or whatever, or what we wanted Paul Pogba to be at Manchester United. So yeah, it doesn't really matter to me who we go and get. We just need to go and get one in that position, and we'll be a better team for it. But there we go. Anyway, so this as well. So Raphael Varane. So Solskjaer was obviously asked, in regards to Raphael. He said, with him in the team, we've got different ways of playing, of course, and I can see different ways of playing with Raphael. Speaking to the club website, he says, first of all, the club has shown ambition with getting one of the most respected centre-backs and one of the most winning centre-backs in the world. And he says that we can play in a different ways with Raphael Varane. So what he's referring to here is essentially because we're not so exposed at the back by having Victor bloody Dwindloff melting up like a Swedish meatball merchant at the back and Slabby Maguire left for dead there with his one pace. It's really, really a concern. But because you've got Varane now, who's better in the air, who's stronger, quicker than Victor Lindelof, it just means that we shouldn't be found out as much at the back there. We should be able to cover a little bit more ground. Central defensive midfielders, maybe you don't need to sit with two in front of them, and you could just have one, and then you can play maybe a 4-3-3, and have more defensive sternness about you. You're not going to get exposed and left. If you've got a world-class player in your back line, then you can obviously take a few more chances because they're going to cover for you. They're going to be in the right position. They're going to read it better. They're going to be left making mistakes a lot less. Not to say that they won't make mistakes, all defenders do, but they're going to be making mistakes a lot less than somebody who's not a world-class centre-back. Of course, that just stands to reason. So, and because he's a quicker player, because he's quicker and just physically better than Lindelof, I think it just gives you, more. You could play with one holding midfielder, or you don't even need a holding midfielder necessarily, depending on who you're playing and what your tactics are. You can just get the fuck at them and attack, and knowing that if they do break and they do get in behind your midfield, you've got Slabby Maguire there waiting for you, which is the duo of Slabby Maguire and Raphael Varane. Slabby Maguire. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. That is, it could work, guys. And Luke Shaw's obviously been a great defender for us. I've got no concerns with our backline. Wan-Bissaka, defensively, we've gone from, having a very, this is what hopefully happens anyway, because we have to see how Varane does at United in the Premier League. But based on what he's done, his reputation, how good of a player he is, I'm expecting him to have a great time at Manchester United. But on paper, at least, and I know it's not played on paper, but Luke Shaw, Maguire, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka, it sounds defensively solid as fuck. And so I'd expect us to not concede as many goals with those guys in the team. And it does allow Solskjaer to be a little bit more maybe forward thinking, a little bit maybe more attack minded, maybe take a few more chances, maybe not have to be set up so negatively, so defensively, maybe don't have to use three at the back so often against the big teams and stuff like that. If you've got faith and trust in your centre-backs there to defend, then the rest of the team can flourish also. It must be a bit of a gash feeling, actually, for, some of the midfielders in the team, or just the team in general, knowing that at any moment Victor Dwindloff can shut the bed and just undo what you've been working for the entire 90 minutes, But anyway, so we've got some stuff here. Varane usually acts as a middle centre-back when performing as a back three as well, with such a shape rarely employed by Solskjaer United. But, we have seen that from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a couple of times. That's also something you could say, like a back three. We are keeping Lindelof at the club. So maybe you could see a back three of, Maguire, Varane and Lindelof used at times in some of those big games if he was to continue with those tactics, which I think he will sometimes because it does call for it sometimes. I'm sorry to say, I know I've just said that, we can play a different way, but also, people were snagging him off for going three at the back against City a couple of times last season and stuff. No, that's what we sort of had to do against them. You don't want to play into their hands. Anyway. Right, okay. Let's get back into the live chat for a second, guys. Then I'm going to cover the last couple of topics we've got here to discuss. 102 likes, guys. Thank you so much for hitting the thumbs up button on the stream. That's awesome. We've broken the 100 like barrier. Dana, 100 likes, baby. Break out the red panties. Conor McGregor's made us rich, baby. We got 100 likes on the stream, baby. Anyway, Navy says Kane always said he would only play for Man United, so if he goes to City, he's a snake. Okay, fair enough, but City are the team that can sort of offer him what he needs right now. Things do change a little bit. I know what you're saying, but look, if there's no offer on the table from Man United and there's an offer on the table from City, you can't call him a snake for accepting the City one. You could call him a snake if there was an offer from Man United and it was the same as City's offer and he chose City, but you can't call him a snake if there's no offer from Man United, Man United have to have the interest in him. Sir seriously says, I think we need a ball-playing DM like Neves rather than a destroyer. I think Slabby will step out and do this destroying and help move us up the pitch. Hey, I really like that, seriously. Fair enough, yes, and I think that might be what we could do with now. If you've got a strong centre-back pairing, which hopefully we have now, then a central defensive midfielder, a ball-playing one, like a Michael Carrick-esque defender, who is good defensively, but he's not a destroyer. He's more of a pass master, more of a creative, playmaker, deep-lying playmaker. I actually really like that. Yeah, Ruben Neves would be a fantastic signing. Chi-Wolf says, Pig do his PC stream. There's too many modders about, Chi-Wolf. Lindelof says, Wan-Bissaka over Lindelof in a back three. But Lindelof have the freedom to play out of defence in that role too, without us hiding behind the couch. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka's not a great ball-playing player, whereas Lindelof is a very good ball player. So, they've all got their different strengths, haven't they, to be fair. Shazad Armour, what's going on there, Shazad, you legend? Yes, I'm doing GTA today on the gaming channel, guys. Sonny Waitson with a 199 super chat. Thank you very, very much, Sonny. How's it going? He says, Piggy, can you do a GTA stream tonight? You ledge. Not on PS4, actually doing Xbox tonight, Sonny. But thank you very much for the super chat there, you absolute bloody legend. I really appreciate you, man. Get in there, my son. Sonny Waitson, thank you so much. Glory, glory, Man United. Yes, get in there as well to you in the live chat. Thank you very much, dude. Right, I'm just going to cover the last couple of topics here, guys. Give me one moment. And then we'll get into the live chat for a bit of a Q&A at the end, guys, before we wrap it up. But yes, thank you for joining us this evening's show. We will be back tomorrow afternoon with a latest transfer update with the latest afternoon news. We've been neglecting the afternoon show recently because my body clock's been so shafted. But tomorrow I'm going to get back on it, guys. We're going to start with the daily double shows again. So make sure you tune in, get those bell icons clicked and all that. Right then, so last couple of things to talk about. Manchester United lead race to sign Salah, supposedly, according to the Manchester Evening News. But yeah, we've already sort of discussed that, so I'm not going to touch on that. I think realistically, we need to go and sign somebody like that, though, in this window. Hopefully it comes. Trippier, we've got an update on Kieran Trippier here. Not really an update, more of the same. Like I say, it's a little bit of a slow news day for United. We were hoping there'd be a bit of Varane stuff. We were hoping there'd be a little bit more in regards to other players, but it's a bit of a slow news day for United. It's more the United targets being linked to other bloody clubs today, which is a shame in Kane and Grealish and these guys. But Solskjaer is understood to want two more signings, guys. Two more signings. A midfielder and a right back. That is what is understood right now. So Kieran Trippier is obviously a target. They're holding out for somewhere in the region of, I think they want £35 million. United want to pay far less than that, though, basically. We don't want to pay £35 million, which is about 42 or something, 40 million euros, somewhere around there. They want a lot of money for Kieran Trippier, really. They paid £20 million for him last year, or 2 years ago, was it? They didn't, or was it 3 years ago now? I don't know. They paid a reasonable, no, 2 years ago. They paid a reasonable amount of money for him, but they're actually asking for more now, even though he's sort of older. He's 30 now. So I think there is a deal to be done there with Kieran Trippier, but it might rage on the whole summer long. It's not a key area of the team that we need strengthening, really. It's an area we should be looking at, but it's one that we can afford to play silly buggers on a little bit in the transfer window and just take our time and try and get the cheapest deal on. That's what it seems like. And if Atletico Madrid want to keep him, then they'll keep him and they won't accept our offer. Simple as that, really. We might not end up with him, but it doesn't really matter if we don't, if you ask me. But as I said, let's talk about the central midfield position very quickly. So Trippier is still a link for Manchester United, but no more news on that. We understand that they're just holding out for a bit more money at this moment in time. Leon Goretzka has been linked with Manchester United. He's likely to sign a renewal at Bayern Munich, though his current contract ends in 2022. There remains a financial gap between the player and the club, though. So that's probably not looking too likely for Manchester United, though. I think it's just a matter of time before he signs a new contract with Bayern. Camavinga at Rennes, understood to prefer a move to Spain right now. That's the latest we've got on Camavinga. So there's nothing much more on Camavinga other than the last thing we heard from good sources is that he would prefer a move to Spain. Declan Rice is a player, obviously, that we could sign this summer because of the Jesse Lingard link going in the other direction as well. We're not going to spend 50 or 60 or 70 million on him, though. That's just an insane amount of money to pay for him. So I really don't see that happening. And then we've got the Paul Pogba wild card here, which is we don't know if he's staying or going. If he stays, then we've got ourselves a midfielder, I suppose, there. If he goes, well, crikey, we need to sign a couple of midfielders there, don't we? So our midfield transfer business does depend quite a lot on the future of Paul Pogba right now. So it's quite key, quite important we get that wrapped up sooner rather than later, really, lads and lasses, in regards to Paul Pogba, because it's sort of causing issues elsewhere. Like, we need to know. We need to know what's going on so we can do the transfer dealings that we need to do with good time. But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen now because this Riola and Pogba situation is so slow. In December last year, Riola declared that the client had no interest in signing a new deal at Manchester United. And if he's true to his word, obviously, then United have two options. Sell him for not very much money right now this summer, or he leaves on a free. That's basically it, guys. So we'll see what happens with Paul Pogba. I say, get out of my club, son. That's what I say. Smash a 1 if you want Paul Pogba to go. Smash a 2 if you want Paul Pogba to stay. Let me know. Let's see. You know, PSG are supposed to be interested, but they haven't submitted any bids, and they've already signed a lot of players. They might just wait next summer and sign him on a free, or wait till January and agree that that fee with him. Oh, hang on a sec. We've got a super chat here. Sorry, guys, I'm missing this. Sorry, guys. I'm going to get back into the live chat right. Okay, so we have Mr. Ollie in with a 50 knock super chat. Thank you so much, Ollie. And how you doing, buddy? He says, with all the silly point we pissed away last season, I believe 21 is coming based on the transfers. Where are you? I'm off to bed. Laters, copulators. Let's be having you. Hey, thank you so much, Ollie, in for the 50 knock super chat. Okay, I like your optimism. I really, really do. And if we do sign the other players that we need, like we've discussed, the midfielder we've just talked about, and a right back as well in Trippier, I think we'll have a really great squad with a lot of depth in. Over on the left, you got Martial, got Rashi. Up top, you got Cavani, you got Greenwood, you got Martial, you got Rashi, can all play there too. Over on the right, you got Sancho, you got Diallo, you got Greenwood, you got Martial, you got Rashi, you can all play there. You got Bruno Fernandes, if he performs as he has done so far. I mean, he's just a complete, worthy of winning titles and stuff like that for the performances he's put in his time so far at the club. If he continues, wow. The defence is looking really much better now. It's really just the midfield positions. If we address those midfield positions in the transfer window, as you say, with these transfer coming in, hey, we can challenge. We should be able to challenge. But like I said at the start of the video, I am a bit concerned with City, the fact that they are successful, the fact that they do win, the fact they do have a really good team. And if they did add Grealish and Kane to them, then they're just going to be a better team even still. So although I think that we can challenge, I still think that even if we get the players that we want, it's still going to be a very tough ask to dislodge Pep Guardiola's City. And Liverpool and Kloppy are going to be back this summer as well, back this season as well. They missed a couple of key players last summer. They've signed Konate this year and stuff. They've added a bit of depth there. They're not going to make the same mistake twice there. So I'm a little bit concerned about them as well. I don't think they'll be as potent as they were the couple of previous seasons before last season, though. But I do think that they'll be a better outfit. They're strengthening. City are going to be in and around it. Of course they are, because they always are. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. If Solskjaer can actually dislodge those guys and win the title, then he's a fucking legend. As simple as that. And he's a great coach, because it is so difficult to go and break the grip that City have got on it, and Liverpool broke the grip of it, but only once out of 4 seasons. And Liverpool were great side, man. Oh man, it's fucking it's going to be difficult. But I like your optimism, Ollie. In come on, United, come on, United. Where do we finish this season, guys? Be honest. Where do we finish this season? Let me know. Kenneth Neathan, thank you so much, Kenneth. He says, love the show. Great to have you aboard the Bacon Express, Kenneth. Please keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby, because this one's going to be a screamer. RV Chatter says, not sure if we're going to win. We can definitely challenge. City look favourites to defend the title. I have to say that's true, yeah. Especially if they get Grealish and Kane. They have lost a big goal scorer in Aguero. What a huge player he's been for them over the years. But if they get Kane, they've just basically, got like for like, or even a slight improvement right now, because Aguero's getting on a bit. Nice one, Griffo Chaz. Yes, catch you later on there, absolutely. Legend, mate. Thank you so much for watching the stream. Dizzy Red Devil says, but now, will any teams honestly pay for Pogba now when they can try for free next summer? Great question. I don't think so. I think especially if you're PSG, which is one of the most likely destinations for him, and they will pay the money next summer, but they can't really justify it this summer, I think, unless they do sell a bunch of their other players at the club. They brought in Wijnaldum and Donnarumma and Sergio Ramos, and their wage bill's taken a massive increase over this summer period. And so I just don't really see them. I just can't see how it makes sense for them to add Pogba to it this summer. How could they justify that? How could they do that? They'd have to sell a bunch of other players. So I think it's quite likely that, yeah, they might be coming knocking next summer. Or even in January. As I say, they can actually talk to him in January. So they can get him signed up to a pre-contract agreement in January 2022. Obviously, he won't be able to leave Manchester United until the end of his contract term in the summer. But once that contract term is up, then he's a PSG player. So, man, it's only 6 months until they can agree to have him at the club. Yeah. Or even 5 months. Ollie In says, given enough time, 69 will be incoming. Says Mason Emmy's proved he's not a Premier League player. League's too much work rate for poor Pogba. Sadly, I agree with you, man. He had so much potential when we signed him. He was brilliant in Serie A for Juventus, and he is great for France as well. Maybe you could say France has Kante, and the team around him is better for him. Okay, that's a fair argument. Maybe he just cares more playing for France. Also, that's a factor. But also, yes, you're right. Maybe just his style of play. He's quite nonchalant. He's a little bit of a dawdler. He's got better at it. He's definitely got better at it, but certainly the first couple of seasons at United, I was so frustrated with just how he dawdled on the ball and gave it away a lot of times. He's kind of a frustrating player, but he's got better under Solskjaer, but still, you never know which Paul Pogba's going to turn up, whether it's going to be a really committed Paul Pogba who's bang on it, or it's going to be somebody whose head's down, whose shoulders are dropped, and who's just not really at the races. You really don't know between which one you're going to get each game to game. Thank you for subscribing there, Galen Georgiev. I really appreciate you, Galen. Thank you so much for getting in here. What an absolute legend. Appreciate you. Aaron says, hit the like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, Aaron. You're an absolute legend. 130 legends. 121 likes on the stream. Nice one. Hey, let's aim for 150 then, lads and lasses, on this bad boy. I'm just going to stick around for 5 minutes, though, guys. So get your thoughts and opinions in. I think that's all the latest news that I've covered there, guys. Yeah, United lead the Sal race. Oh, Giorgio Chiellini's just signed a new contract with Juventus until June 23. Staying as captain, is expected to take part at 2022 World Cup in Qatar with Italy. What a dirty bastard, but what an absolute legend and Gandalf the Grey type player. He's still going, this Giorgio Chiellini guy, you know what I mean? Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you that he signed a new contract at Juventus until June 2023, and he's expected to play at the World Cup. Guy's a machine, isn't he? He's a dirty bastard, though. Okay, so I'm going to end that Harry Kane vote there really quickly, guys. So Harry Kane, does he stay? Does he go this summer? The votes have come in. Lots of votes, and Kane suggests, well, actually, Kane goes this summer suggests 61% of the live chat. Kane goes this summer, 61% of the live chat. That's what you guys have said. Hey, I think you're probably right. I think there is a good chance that he goes this summer. Right, okay, give me a moment, guys. I'm just going to get into the live chat 1 second. Nice. Beautiful stuff. All right, guys. Okay, so have your say in the live chat really quick. I'm going to stick around for 5 minutes. Does Varane have his visa, says MUFC Daily? He's actually got to wait to travel. It's on as a Saturday he'll be travelling now. Saturday, I think. Or it'll be all wrapped up before Saturday, I think is what it was actually. So we'll bring that information as it comes. It's held up because of visa issues, so we'll give you that information as it comes. Baldy Pepper's just a lucky SOB that has sugar daddy, gets the players he wants for guilty pleasure, says G-Wolf United Gaming. Wow. Okay, fair enough, G-Wolf. I think you have to say that he is a luxury manager. Yeah, he's not the sort of manager that's going to go and do what, Brendan Rodgers has done at Leicester, or, what many managers have done in terms of lesser teams, or winning things on a lesser budget, or doing what, Jose Mourinho did at Porto, say. I don't see him doing that. Or what Jose did at Inter. I don't see him doing that. But I do see him, going somewhere like Bayern, Barca, City, having unlimited resources, already having pretty much the best squad in the league when you get there as well, and just being able to just pick and choose whoever you want. Yeah, he's got it easy, to be fair. He really does. And he's still not won the Champions League, guys. He's still not won the Champions League with City, mate. In fact, he didn't win the Champions League with Bayern either, did he? So, yeah, he won everything else with Bayern. That's just to be expected, really. That's the bare minimum. But he didn't win the Champions League with Bayern either, did he? He's only done it with Barca and with that incredible team. So, yeah, he is a great coach, and he does win a lot of stuff. He's obviously won the Premier League multiple times with them, but he hasn't won that Champions League with them. Yes, good shout. MUFC Daily anyway, how's it going? Who's new to the channel tonight, guys? Let me give you a shout out. I don't want to miss anybody new. All the old people, you could do one. I'm just joking, by the way. All the regulars, you're all legends. I'm just kidding. I just want to shout out some newbies if there is any. The Vutinator, mate, how are you doing? He says he can't handle the Prem, mate. Spain is his level. It's very slow footy. I think you're probably right in regards to Pogba there, yeah. Eugene McGeever, are you doing a FIFA stream later on tonight, Piggy? Not tonight, actually, Eugene McGeever. No, we're going to take a break from FIFA tonight, but we are going to do a GTA stream tonight. In fact, here it is, guys. So it's on the gaming channel. Do us a big favour. Go over there. Make sure you smash a subscribe and a like over there on the gaming channel. Just popped it in the live chat there for you lads and lasses. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go to Flying Pig Gaming. You can set a reminder. We'll be on in about an hour's time on the gaming channel. But there it is. It's at the top of the live chat. GTA stream. Even if you're not going to watch it, go over there and hit the thumbs up on the video. Let's get 50 likes on that bad boy before it starts. Oh, hell yeah. Primot, what's going on? He says, cheating city scummers, false champions. Yeah, absolutely. Financial fair play is a mockery. They literally just siphon other money through other avenues to justify their spending, when we all know that it's a calamity. We all know their commercial revenue realistically is much less than the likes of even Arsenal and Chelsea, Man United. Liverpool, of course, they're just they ain't got no fans. So it's obviously a complete cook the book scenario at Manchester. That's me being honest, you know. This is my personal opinion. Okay, it may be legal to have a sponsorship deal with another company that your chairman owns and have it go through the football club to generate that football club money in commercial revenue to then justify your expenditure. Okay, that may be technically legal. But you know what? It ain't fucking cricket, though, is it? It's not gentlemanly. It ain't fucking on, and it should not be illegal. Sorry, it should not be legal. It should be illegal. Like, otherwise, what's the point of financial fair play? If you're going to have just some big fat cat chairman who's got his grubby little fingers in many different grubby little pies, switching money up between different organisations, I mean, it's an absolute joke. They also own other football clubs, obviously New York City FC over in the States. Dodgy stuff going on there, I'm sure. You know? Unbelievable. Yes, there it is, RV Jatta. There's the link to the GTA stream. It's at the top of the live chat. Big Chunga says GTA streams are fire. Hey, Matty Rushmano, thank you so much for getting in here, you legend. He says, laters, guys. Have a great evening, Matty Rushmano. Thank you so much for getting in here and all the updates. You're absolute legend. Yeah. Oh, in fact, I have an update here from Matty Rushmano here. Wait a second. Yes, okay. So thank you, Rushmano. Yes, Man United have to wait until next week to complete the signing of Raphael Varane, who had still to travel to Manchester as of Monday, as he awaits a visa, and will then have to quarantine before undergoing a medical and completing a move. Yes, so that's absolutely spot on. Thank you so much, my good friend. Yes, Raphael Varane coming to United soon. As we said, Manchester Evening News reporting earlier that it's a visa issue, and we're just basically going to obtain this visa, and we're hoping Solskjaer and the club are hoping to get him wrapped up before the Everton game. But that's the latest that we know in regards to Raphael Varane, guys. Okay then, legends. I think that is it. I think that's going to be where we leave the stream. There's the latest update. Hey, thank you, Mama Flossie. Welcome in the stream, Mama Flossie. What's going on? Big God Bob, mate. What's going on? It's Big God Bob. How you doing? I haven't seen you for a little bit. Great to see you, Big God Bob. Yes, he says, breaking news, Mino Raiola has just signed a new deal with Satan to do his evil work for him. He is Satan, isn't he? I thought he was. Mate, if I went down to hell, I would assume that somebody very similar looking to Mr. Mino Raiola would be there holding the trident, man. Just kidding. Big God Bob, thank you so much. Great to see you, legend. Have a great evening. Bell691, you two, Nigel, G Wolf, Mason, Mama, Dizzy, Jonathan, Travis, Shazad, Nige, Bell, G Wolf, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. JB, I'm good, thank you, matey. Before you go, please do leave a little cheeky thumbs up on the video. Let's see if we can get 140 likes on the video. Also, give it a share if you want on social media. That'll help us out and have your say in the live chat. Come back after this video is finished and have a comment as well. That really helps the channel, and also we can keep the debate going. This community is awesome, so let's try and get the community debate going after the video in the not live comment section afterwards. So come back afterwards and talk about anything you want. What do you think about Kane? What do you think about Grealish? What do you think about Varane and everything that's going on? Hey, Beauty from Pain 23, how you doing tonight? She says kisses for pig. #tipsy. Ooh. Beauty from Pain 23. Thank you so much for that. Sounds like you're having a good night. I hope you have a great night. And thank you very much for that positivity. Appreciate it. Legend. Absolute legend. Shazad Ahmed, G Wolf United, Big Chungus, JB, Dizzy, The Vootinator, JB. I'm leaving it there, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Make sure you follow the channel for the latest no bullshit transfer updates as well in regards to United. And any United targets as well, yeah. Legends, I'll see you in a bit. Guys, go over to the gaming stream. There's a link at the top of the live chat there. I'll put it in there very quickly again, actually. GTA stream, here it is. Boom. Go over there. Thank you, Big God Bob, for getting those wild pig emojis in there. Thank you, Travis. Jarvis Cocker as well, you absolute legend. How you been, mate? Get in. I don't know. I think that's David, boys. Sandy as well, getting those piggy emojis in there. Guys, take it easy. Have a great night. See you on the gaming channel in about an hour's time. We will be doing a GTA stream with the Bacon Brigade. If you're on Xbox and you want to play some gaming with us and you can play GTA, then come and play GTA 5 online with us, lads and lasses. We're going to smash up some forwards and it'll be fun. We're going to pretend that that some rival CEO organisation is the Glazers. Get in there, boys. All right, see you later, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep a lookout for the latest updates. As I say, afternoon shows should be coming back tomorrow. Sleeping pattern pending. Permitted. See you in a bit. And come on, United. Let's be having you. Where are you? Oh yeah, I've had to remove the music off this temporarily, guys, because of the copyright claim, and I haven't got any more music over the top of it just yet. So, my bad, this bit's silent. But either way, much love, have a great night. Primot, you take it easy, you sexy bastard. And Shazad and the Vootinator and all the moderators, Aaron as well. Thanks to the mods. Thank you, Mama Flossie, for subscribing as well, Mama. Nice one. If you're new, do as Mama Flossie's just done and hit that subscribe button. And we'll be back in your life tomorrow, baby. Good night, guys. Take it easy. This is the Pig. Peace.